If you were born in the JW org, you likely dedicated decades of your life following strict, often arbitrary rules that were dictated by self-appointed men. These rules were presented as though they were commandments direct from God. They couldn't be questioned, and breaking these rules would be treated as disobedience to Jehovah. But then one day, out of the blue, those same rules that you were forced to follow were simply discarded, as though they never even existed, and they are never mentioned again. The JW org has a long history of flip-flopping on doctrine and rules since it was founded, but more recently, there's been some surprising changes, such as the acceptance of beards for men and pants for women, clinking glasses, greeting the disfellowshipped. But perhaps the most significant change of all is the new stance that allows Jehovah's Witnesses to attend college. Now, some congregations did turn a blind eye, and some witnesses did attend college without being reproved. But the fact that the governing body felt the need to announce this, quote, update, shows that it previously was not a personal choice, and elders would judge those who made that choice. So how does that make you feel? Should you be celebrating the lifting of another harmful restriction? Should you view it as a sign that they're transitioning into a more reasonable mainstream religion? Well, for the children who are currently trapped, any relief from the suffocating restrictions can feel like a glimmer of freedom, no matter how small. But for those who break free from the JW org, hearing about these changes is probably more likely to spark feelings of pain, frustration, and anger. Imagine an abusive partner. They control who you are allowed to be friends with, whether you can go to parties, what you can celebrate. They tell you how to dress, what books you're allowed to read. They don't let you go to college because they claim it would take time away from serving them. In fact, they require you to fill in a little report card of how many hours you spent serving them. I'm guessing you're having quite an easy time imagining this scenario. But now imagine, one day you escape from this partner. It's extremely hard, but you escape. And time goes on until one day you meet their new partner. And you tell them about all the controlling restrictions that you suffered through. But this new partner says, oh, actually, they let me wear pants now. Yeah, and actually, I don't have to fill in the report card anymore. And you know what? They even said I can go to college if I want to. They let you wear pants? They let you go to college? Should you be impressed as though this ex-partner is a totally new person? No, they're the same awful person that they always were. They've just had to relax a few restrictions, probably just to trap their new victim. And that abusive ex is not going to ring you anytime soon and say, look, I realise I put you through decades of abuse and I want to admit I was wrong and tell you how sorry That's not going to happen. It's the same controlling, narcissistic egomaniac that you knew all those years. They wish they could be every bit as controlling with their new victim, but for whatever reason, they had to make some exceptions. But when it comes to the JW religion, it's a sad reminder of how your entire life was a lie, and how futile it all was, how futile your obedience, all the sacrifices and hardships were, because at the end of all that, the abuser just decided that these rules simply don't apply anymore. It was all one big lie. It was all a farce, and the joke was on you. And although you left, it can feel like a whole new joke has been played. Hey, remember when we made that rule that destroyed your chances of a steady, well-paying career? Well, we don't even do that anymore. Adding insult to injury is a suitable idiom. And it won't be the last time. Yes, you'll see more changes, more desperation as they begin to lose their grip and in their dying thrashes attempt to claw back the power they lost, the people they lost, the person they lost. They lost you and all your skills and strengths and qualities. And they're starting to realise it, believe me. You are not the butt of this joke, they are. It's as though your abusive ex-partner has desperately rung you in the middle of the night saying, will you please come back? If you return now, I'll let you clink glasses. Come on, I'll even let you wear pants. You still hear them jabbering away as you're hanging up the phone, and you let out a chuckle, You pathetic, worthless idiot. The control they had is disappearing, and the control you didn't have grows ever stronger. While they're falling apart, you are rebuilding. And with every step you take away from them, you're proving just how much more you are worth.